Alright, just want to say it as it is, basically. Just over the last few years, just working on myself, and then also the people around me that I care about. I've just grown to notice quite a few things that we've lost the ability to value. Like, I'm not on about value as in money or what we have, but just ourselves or each other. It's like nothing really has value to anyone anymore. It's not a thing to point fingers or judge. I'm guilty of that as well myself. It's a thing of just to be aware, be self-aware, like be aware of each other, as in not beware but be aware. Just the things that are just starting to bother me the most is there is good in this world and things to look forward to, but it's just no one cares to even look for 10 seconds to even see it. Like, we just focus on the things in our lives which are just not important in most scenarios. There's a lot more things more important. I got lost in a lot. Now it's like you've had money to do so much more, but what you're focused on and you're told is so important, you realise you spend so much time and money in it and it doesn't really mean anything. So I had the money to do a lot more important things, visit family, spend time with kids, and I just spent time on trying to do what I think is gonna bring the best future when I can make the present good now. Think about the future, it's fine, but what is the point if you can't even deal with your present? It's like family I haven't visited. I've spent more money on promotion for songs than enough to visit most family that even live in this country. That makes no sense. Weeks I might have not seen my kids because I'm trying to build a future thinking music, because they say I'm talented enough, music is going to pave the way. Then you meet the people who are getting famous and getting known, you think you don't want their life anyways because of the negative that follows it. It's not going to get you more time with your kids in a lot of scenarios anyways. It's just going to get you chasing. And you're never happy enough with what you get. So it's like you always see you could have more and you're always told that you can have more and you need to have more, and you don't need to have more. You need to value what you have first and foremost and appreciate what you have before looking for more. It's like what I'm just understanding with every scenario. It's like I find it hard to hate anyone knowing this now, that how can I hate these people? Yes, everyone's just turned so self-centered. We're so selfish and care about themselves. I've been guilty occasionally of that myself as well. But it's hard to believe that we could be so selfish when it's like no one even likes themselves. It's like the dislike I have for some people is nothing compared to how much they hate themselves. That it just doesn't make sense to even hate. I don't feel sorry for them, but I'm not going to hate them. But I will hope the best that one day you do learn how to love yourself and then in turn love the people around you. But that might be a dream within itself that might never be fulfilled, because the fact of reality is most people don't want to change. And so there's only so much you can do. I spent so much time trying to help people get to where they want to get to, and I won't say this in a harsh way because there's times where people have tried to do too much for me but I haven't recognised that they are, and it's like they've wasted energy on me. So I'm on that side as well, because it's what you need to do for yourself. And right now we're just living in a teardown, and the teardown, it's happened so badly because we've let it happen. Like, what do you expect if you're just spending all the time just caring only about yourself? Anyone can run all types of jokes right past you because you're not looking. You're just looking at yourself, and all you're doing when you're looking at yourself is getting more and more and more unhappy. Maybe we're not made to just focus on ourselves. Maybe there's more to do in this life than just say, look at me, and expect recognition every 5-10 seconds. Obviously not that short time period, but it's like we want to be overly appreciated. It's like we constantly have to hear it, but you know you are. But for some reason, within half a day you think you ain't, because you haven't heard it again, constantly, over and over again. That's not natural. You're not meant to be living like that. It's like, relationships wise, I was really wound up with my parents' generation, as in no one could hold down a relationship. It's like everyone is expendable. And then my generation is even worse. It's like people's phone contract runs out before their kids turn 2, as in like the parents ain't even together as long as their phone contracts. It's like they're just seeing it as, I don't like this one, another one, get another one. No, I don't like this one, get another one. It's like everything we have is just expendable. It's like nothing really means anything to us. And it just doesn't make any sense. And so I'm just saying, as in, be aware, because there's a lot of madness going on with it, and it's just tearing down, but none of us ever stop to think or look to even see what it's even doing and what damage we're causing. Because this selfish attitude, yes, you're worried about whatever is bothering you, but understand you are a person and you affect the people around you. Understand that at least, because you might hope the best, but learn to love yourself. And I don't mean be in love with yourself and think you're higher than anyone, but just at least beauty starts within. Work from that, and just hopefully one day we can learn to love each other again. Piece by piece, families can actually start being a family again. Like, we don't need to be separate all the time. It's like we spend more time on our phones and in front of a TV and doing things that don't actually matter, when we've got each other around us that we can just talk to and just show a bit of love to and just help each other feel more appreciated. If you can't fully appreciate yourself, but at least we can do it for each other and in turn appreciate ourselves or the people around us. Because we can't keep living like this. It's not sustainable in any scenario, and everyone is just too unhappy. I used to think there's a depression epidemic will be years from now, but no one's happy anymore. It's like everyone's depressed. It's like people are dying before they've died. That doesn't even make sense, but it's like people are dying before they've died. They've given up on themselves. They're just carrying on for the sake of whatever motive, but in most scenarios, nobody likes the world they live in anymore. And we helped let it get to that point. At least start with yourself. And I'm trying to work on myself. But understand, it's not a simple journey. It's piece by piece, bit by bit. It's create the puzzle from scratch and with the people around you. Now, I don't expect us to start holding hands and have a perfect world like that. We might never get a perfect world, but at least, can you at least say you tried? At least just that, just at least try for yourself or people you care about, but just do something. You can't just sit back and make excuses all the time and point fingers at each other, when if you're going to point a finger, point at yourself first. It just makes sense, because right now it's a mess and no one wants to take responsibility and clean it up. And all that ever happens is another mess goes on top of another mess. Yeah, that's that. Just do more. That's it, yeah.